Hey guys, welcome to video 2 for YouTube page Life After Diagnosis. I figured I'd take this video and use this one to kind of talk about, how everything started, and, where it all began for me, and some things that I probably could have done different that may have made a little bit different of a outcome here. Maybe maybe not, but anyway, so a lot of people, they ask me, say, well, how'd you figure out, or what made you think something was wrong? And for me, when I went to the bathroom, I had blood. And what's so crazy about it, so I was diagnosed in February 2018. So that was 3 years ago, last month. Probably the last, I don't know, 4 or 5 months, something like that, in February of 2000, or January, or God, let me go back. So probably the last few months, maybe 3-4 months leading up to me finally going to the doctor, I had the blood issues, and constant, and like scary constant. So I had already had the issues. I kind of ignored them. The year prior to that, so that would have been in 2016, I also had some on and off issues. And at that time, see, I'm 45 now, so that'd put me, 41, 42 years old. 41, 42 years old. I had literally, I tell people, I've never even been to the doctor. I think I went a couple times when I was little for poison ivy, because I had poison ivy so bad I'd have to go get a shot. But other than that, I mean, I've never been a sick person. Never had any major health issues. So, going to the doctor just wasn't not something I did, wasn't something I wanted to do. And obviously I got to a point where I had to, I mean, it was like for me, the symptoms were, I felt like I had to go to the bathroom like every freaking 5 minutes. I mean, it was just like this constant pressure. And like I said, when I did, there was blood, and I mean, just like I said, not good. So anyway, we were waiting for, so kind of a little more of the backstory here, why it took me so long to go. So we didn't have insurance. Brittany is up at Pine Ridge. She's a elementary school up here, and I had never been on her insurance, and I dipped, and it was so expensive in my mind, which really, hindsight, really wasn't that expensive. But to add me on there, especially when I was dipping, whatever. So it was funny, I quit dipping. I was supposed to be added to the insurance in 2017, and we missed the cutoff, or whatever it was called. So I in my mind, I quit dipping for no reason. I didn't have to, because I didn't get put on the insurance. And anyway, it took all the way till 2018 for the insurance to kick in. Did not want to go to the doctor without insurance and find out something was wrong, and I just, everything being sketchy with insurance, I didn't want there to be no issues if something was wrong. So anyway, I didn't go. And of course I went. So this leads up to all that. We went, and it was really funny, because after the colonoscopy, I woke up, and I got up to get my clothes on. Well, there's freaking blood on the sheets that I was laying on. And I told Brittany, I was like, man, either either they violated me really, really, something serious, or something, something's wrong. And I knew it just deep in my mind. I knew something, I knew something wrong. All right. So anyway, doctor come in, and he tells he found something, and it took about a week. And of course, when he said he found something, he just found he called it a mass, I believe. And he said, it'll take about a week or so. We're gonna do the biopsy, and he said, I'll see you in a week. So it wasn't a couple of days, and they called and said, hey, can you come on in? I was like, well, that's either good or bad. Either they're not gonna make me keep waiting because everything's all right, or they want me to get there because they fixed to put my ass in the hospital. So I went and walked in. Never forget. Until I mean, this is just the thing. This is the part of it, you guys, that have been diagnosed with it, or in the future may. This is what you will never forget. He come in, put his hand on my shoulder. He said, "Man, I just want to tell you, it's not the end of the world, but you got cancer." I mean, and when I say he said it like that, that is verbatim. That is what he said. Hand on shoulder. Hey, I just want to tell you, it's not the end of the world. You got cancer, and I want you to start taking care of it immediately. Well, prior to that, I met my oncologist through a mutual friend, and about I guess 2, 3, 4 months, something like that, before I got diagnosed. I met my oncologist. He was here in Georgia. He's from here, and he's big into hunting. And I had a store up in Waverly Hall, archery, hunting store. And he come up there and met with me, and we talked. Man, we hit it off good. Super good dude. And he gave me his cell phone number. He said, "Hey man," he said, "look," he said, "if you ever have any issues," he said, "call me." I said, "Okay." I said, "I don't plan on having no issues, but of course, there was some back, some underlying things going on." So anyway, I called him when they said they found the mass, and I told him, I said, "Look," I said, "they found something," and he said, "Come on, to Texas. I'll see you. I'll see you at the end of the week." I was like, "Well, they ain't told me what's up yet." I said, they I mean, they got to do the biopsy and all that rigmarole, whatever you guys have to go through, to figure out what's going on. He said, "Well," he said, "as soon as you find out, you call me." So back to the office, the oncologist visit. He told me, that I had it. I walked out, and I mean, that was the absolute worst feeling I've ever had, in my life. And I can think of some things that would be a lot worse, if I found out or whatever. But at the time, this was it. And I called him, and I said, "Hey man," I said I got cancer. He said, "All right." And this was on a Wednesday. He said, actually this was on a Thursday. And he said, "Tomorrow," he said, "you're going to get a bunch of phone calls." And he said, "Make sure you answer all of them." He said, "Take notes." He said, "They're going to give you some directions." And he said, "I'll see you in Texas Monday." And they called and had all these different, appointments set. And sure enough, I went to Texas. Scared. I mean, when I tell you guys scared, I'm scared. And I got there, and of course, I didn't have I didn't have a lot of time to be, real scared. But I had now. And y'all talk about, see, you can look back at some of these things as you've done them, and you can I find humor, or I try to find humor in the funny or the good, the not so bad, and everything. And I had people do stuff to me when I was getting checked out that y'all just, I mean, good God, things was being done to me that they talk about, like on alien spaceships and stuff. We'll go with that. And you know, I was scared, but I don't know. I was scared. But I got through it, and which you guys will, you know, if any of y'all are fixing to deal with it or have dealt with it, y'all know what I'm talking about. But you're gonna get through it. You're gonna be all right, and it's, you know, it's just part of the process with this stuff. But anyway, I come back, and that's kind of when we started figuring out what the treatment plan was going to be, or whatever, which we'll get into, you know, in another video. But and I didn't mean to ramble so much about it, just kind of wanted you guys to know how I got to, you know, to how all this kind of started. You know, like I said, if you've already done it, you've been scared, you know what I'm talking about. If you got somebody that a husband, wife, spouse, brother, sister, kids, whatever, that's fixing to go through it, you know, it is, like I said, it's spooky. It's really scary. And I really thought that this was gonna, you know, this is gonna be what killed me, no doubt. And I told my wife many a times. I told Brittany, you know, I was like, I ain't gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it through this. And I have. So anyway, you just gotta try to stay positive, be upbeat about everything, and trust that God's gonna figure out a way to take care of you. And you know, put the effort in, and do what you're supposed to do, and fight all of it the best you can. But ultimately know that that God's gonna take care of you, and you're exactly where you're supposed to be. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be right now, and I wouldn't. I don't think I'd change anything, to be honest with you. I don't think I would. I don't want anybody, you know, out there to get sick, or, you know, have to deal with what I've done and had to deal with. I more than that, you know, I wouldn't. I don't want to see, you know, other people's family have to deal with what my family's been through, and the emotions that they've had to, you know, have had, and the feelings they've had, you know, during all this time. You know, and this has been twice. I didn't, which again we'll talk about more, and you guys will, if you decide to continue to watch these videos, you know, you'll learn more and more about the story, and I'll get more depth into the pieces of it. But anyway, I you know, like I said, we're where we're supposed to be, guys, and you just gotta take with you know, with the bad, you gotta find the good that's in the bad, because it's out there. And it's funny, I got a tattoo after all this. I think everybody has to get a cancer tattoo. It's just one of them things. But I got one, and I don't know if you can see it, but that's it right there. And it says, even in my storm, I find happiness. And I truly, throughout all this, have found a ton of it. And I'm probably happier right now than I've probably been in my whole life. Thankful, and just glad to still be able to come out here to my hunting property and walk and think. And anyway, all right. Well, we'll coming up, we'll talk a little bit more about again how I got here and the treatment. We'll talk about some of that. What some of you guys, what it was for me, not necessarily what everybody can expect, but because everybody's going to be different. But we'll talk about some of that, and then we'll talk about some of the other, thoughts and stuff that I had, and that you guys may have, and so forth. Anyway, I didn't kind of want to go to this the gloom side of this today. It really wasn't about all that. It's a pretty day, as y'all can see the sun, and like I said, it wasn't supposed to end like this. But anyway, that's what the videos are about. Just it's the whole thing. Nothing, no acting, no, this is all straight from my heart. So anyway, I'll see you guys here hopefully in a few days. See ya.